Hey guys, it's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a video all about new makeup launches coming out this month. I've done these videos quite a few times on my channel before. If you're new here, I will have a playlist in the upper right hand corner if you want to check out all of those videos that I've done. But in these videos, I like to just share my thoughts on new makeup launches, whether they're positive, whether they're negative. Today we have a good mixture of kind of the two. It can get a little shady, so if you're not into the negativity, I might click off. But I do have a few positive things to say about some products in today's video, so I do think it's a good mixture. But I also like to share some basic information on the products, when you can get them, how much you can get them for, and I will be having images pop up on the screen as we go of what the products look like if you haven't seen them before, so you can kind of have a point of reference as we go. And I get the images that I'm posting throughout the video from two different Instagram accounts today. I will have their links down below and their handles on the screen now. Before we get into today's video, I wanted to just touch on the fact that I haven't been posting for the past few weeks. I doubt you may have noticed, but in case you did, and even if you hadn't, I just kind of wanted to address that. And it's the sole reason for that was I wanted to allow voices in the Black community and the message of the Black Lives Matter movement to be pushed to the forefront. I think, you know, the minute that this movement was created, which was so long ago, it should have been just the rights should have been given to the people who don't have those basic rights just as soon as the movement was created. It's crazy to think that there are still people in the United States and in the world who don't have basic rights due to their skin color. And I have been trying to do all that I can to help. I've been donating, I've been signing petitions, I've been getting informed, because you can always receive more information on something if you just seek it out. So what I've seen a lot of content creators do is they've kind of resumed regular scheduled content, which is so, I mean, with makeup, it's like, seems so unimportant. But I wanted to do that. But I also want to continue amplifying those voices and sharing the importance surrounding this movement. So what I'm going to be doing in this video and for the foreseeable future is putting a bunch of information in my description box of how to help, putting links to petitions to sign, links to places that you can donate, and I will be doing that for this video as well as the next you know, for the foreseeable future. And I wanted to mention that because I have like a lot of pre-filmed videos, so I may not verbally be saying, you know, I will have this in the description box, but it will be there. So if you were to expand it, you will see it. And last and most importantly, I want any of my Black followers to know that I can't understand what you go through, but I do stand with you, and I'm here, and I'm learning, and I'm trying to do my part. So I do have my little notepad with me with all of my notes on the products that I'm talking about. If you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. I'm sorry, it's just kind of the way that it has to be so that I don't go on like complete tangents. But the first product I want to talk about is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Mini Dewy Setting Sprays. These are going to be $15, and I believe about a year ago now they came out with the full-size original version, which has kind of brownish glittery packaging. It is a $26 product, and it had like a coconut and vanilla scent. It's still available. You can still get the full size, and this product, it's supposed to be like hydrating for the skin but also provide like a dewy finish to the skin, which is something that I do enjoy. I'm not a huge setting spray person, so I never did pick it up, and I wasn't sure how the scent would be because I don't love coconut scented things, so I wasn't sure if it would be too, you know, too intense for me as far as the scent goes. But now they are coming out with a mini size of the original one as well as two new versions. They're supposed to do the same thing but just be scented differently, so they have a mango as well as a pineapple version now. I feel like the logical next step would be to create a full size of those two scents, but I'm not sure if they're going to do that or not. The thing with this for me is I don't love setting sprays, but also the idea of like spraying a heavily scented product on my face just isn't that appealing. And although I don't have like a lot of aversion, like my skin is not, it doesn't really get irritated due to fragrance. Like, it's very rare that that happens, but sometimes the ingredients, like a flower extract or a fruit extract, can be sensitizing to my skin or irritating to my skin, and so that makes me a little bit hesitant. I feel like the main draw factor, like the main pull of this product is the scent, and that makes me a little bit nervous. And we have a couple other scented setting sprays that I want to talk about today, so that is a running theme. But these products are already available at Sephora and Ulta, and I will have links in the description box down below to all products that are already available. Now, any link that has an asterisk beside it is an affiliate link, so if you purchase a product going through that link, please know that I can make a commission off of your purchase. It's no extra cost to you, but I like to always be upfront about that. So next, let's talk about a very talked about palette in the community right now. It is the Urban Decay Naked Ultraviolet palette. Now, I'm not sure how much this is going to cost in America, just because I don't think it is launched yet here. I think it comes out on June 17th for America, but I know it's available in the UK now on Cult Beauty's website, and I think you would be able to purchase it and, you know, get it in America if you wanted to from Cult Beauty's website, but I feel like you would probably end up paying a good bit in shipping, so I don't know if I'd recommend doing that, but I think you can if you're really interested. On Cult Beauty's website, it's 43 pounds, and I believe that converts to like $53 and some change for the US dollar, but I'm not sure how much it'll end up being. I believe the last Urban Decay Naked palette was like $49, I think, but they have like varied in price at some point, so I'm not sure how much it'll end up being because I'm not sure if that's exactly what they'll end up doing. Anyway, this palette, I don't know how I feel because it's slightly different from the typical naked palette that Urban Decay has been doing. It's a little bit, you know, a little bit more edgy, but it's not nearly as edgy as kind of the way that Urban Decay established their brand. Like, I feel like they established as this edgy, you know, not afraid to do color, not afraid to do gothic looks, not afraid to do really anything. Like, they were the daring brand out there. And lately, I mean, really for the past 2 or 3 years even, they've kind of lost that edge. I feel like they keep going along with this naked theme where it's like naked to me refers to kind of bare, you know, natural, and I just don't think the theme of this palette goes with that. I don't think the theme of the honey palette goes with that. I don't think the theme of the cherry and the heat. Like, I feel like they need to create either a new line of palettes or just individual palettes that have no, you know, ties, like aren't a part of a collection. Because the naked thing doesn't really work anymore. Like, the aesthetic of this palette does not remind me of like naked. I don't know. I feel like they need to kind of give that up. And the thing with this palette is, yes, the aesthetic is purple. Like, clearly they are going for a purple color scheme, but only 5 out of the 12 shades are purple, and I know you need, you know, transition shades and complementary shades and all of that jazz, but only 5 out of the shades are really purple and anything unique. The other 7 shades are probably shades you have in palettes, let alone maybe even Urban Decay palettes. And I just wish for Urban Decay that they'd go all in. Like, go all in with a purple palette. You know, you can have a few shades that are complementary and, you know, will create really cool looks, but go all in. That's really what I want from Urban Decay, and I wish they would just take a leap of faith and kind of go back to their roots with really just being the brand that's not afraid to do something different. Next, I want to talk about a collection from MAC that's actually already available on this retailer called Douglas, which I believe is a German site, but this is the MAC Fix Plus Vibes Mini Setting Sprays. So they're just like the Fix Plus that I love, you know, the original, but they're going to be like a mini size, they're scented, and they have like a goal associated with them. So for example, they have Passion, which is a strawberry and peach scented spray. They also have Balance, which is a peppermint and bergamot scented spray, and Calm, which is a blueberry and jasmine scented spray. So you kind of get the gist here. It kind of reminds me of like the stress relief line or the sleep relief line that Bath & Body Works has. Like, who knows if these really work, but I don't know. It's very reminiscent of the Anastasia Beverly Hills ones that I mentioned a second ago, and I feel like a lot of people are going to be like pinning these against each other, saying one that copied the other, but I mean, MAC's been doing scented sprays for a while, Too Faced has done them for a while. Like, this is definitely, I don't think, that innovative of an idea, and I think it just makes sense that they both came out with them around this time. They currently retail for 13 pounds on that site I mentioned a second ago, and really, the thing with this is that it's just so interesting, and kind of going back to the Anastasia Beverly Hills ones, is it's like you're spraying a fragrance product all over your face, and if you have even lightly sensitive skin, I mean, the whole point of these ones is the scent, is the, you know, way that the scent is going to affect your mood. Like, it's like a mood ring thing, and who knows if that even works. And now you're spraying like a bunch of fragrance on your face. It just like seems a little gimmicky. And a whole other thing is the different like bottles have like a different color. So it's basically like a rainbow collection. I mean, it really does look like a rainbow, and to come out with that in June, which is, if you don't know, Pride Month, it's just weird to not have any mention of it. Now, I know a lot of people last year during June, there was a lot of like Pride themed makeup launches and just collections in general from all sorts of brands, and I know that a lot of members of the LGBTQIA plus community, they felt like brands were just capitalizing off, you know, the awareness month. And so I'm not sure how you feel. I'm not a member of that community, so I can't really speak one way or another, but if you are and you want to, you know, share your thoughts, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. Next, let's touch on a collection from Colourpop. This is one that Colourpop is doing what they do best. They find a trend and they kind of capitalize off of it, and I'm not trying to be shady when I say that. I'm just trying to be like, I mean, I really can't even blame them. Like, as a brand, that's the logical thing to do. Like, if you think you can make a profit off of something that's trending right now, go for it. But anyway, this is the Colourpop tie-dye collection. They're coming out with like a bunch of different things. Eyeliners, a glitter gel, highlighters, palettes, dry oil. They're coming out with a lot of different stuff, but I really want to focus on the palettes and the Super Shock highlighters. Now the highlighters to me just look really cool. There's two different shades, which I think are Your Trip and Manifest That, and they're in these like big pans like they've been doing recently, and I believe they're $12 a piece, and they just look really cool and kind of not duochrome-y, but just kind of fun and different, and I think that kind of goes with the theme of like tie-dye. But then as for the palettes, they have this Warm Tone palette, which is Miss Bliss. They have this In a Trance palette, which is kind of like a bluey, purpley pink palette that kind of reminds me of the Elsa and Anna palette. And those two palettes, they look done before, like from Colourpop, done before. They look like something we've seen a billion times over. But the last palette, which I think is called Aura and Out, it's like the green, yellow, blue palette, it looks different, like it looks unique, and it's something that I feel like is like adding to Colourpop's line, something they haven't done before. These all retail, I think, for $12, all of the palettes too, kind of like their typical 9-pan palette price, but I just thought that would be something, you know, I thought it was interesting, an interesting collection. It's already available if you want to check it out. I don't want to stay on this one for too long, but NYX is coming out with this Ultimate Utopia palette, which I think is $35 for 40 different shades. And the shades are, they have like metallic finishes, they have matte finishes, and you can see the shades are kind of like cool tone and warm tone, like they have a good mixture of the two. And I'm oddly drawn toward this palette a little bit, but when you can like scroll, obviously on Instagram, you can like swipe and you can see like these swatches of the palette. And when I saw those, they looked very, very lackluster. Like they did not look very impressive whatsoever. And for $35, I mean, that's getting up there in price. And I really just, once I saw the swatches, I thought they looked a little mediocre and I was like, okay, I'm out. But if you want to check this out, it's already available on Ulta's website. I just personally think $35 is a little pricey, especially for the way that these look to perform. Next, I want to talk about the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes Double-Ended Mascara. It's a double-ended mascara. On one side, you have one brush and one formula, and on the other, you have a different brush and a different formula. So on one side, you have the volumizing side, and the other is the curl and lengthening side. And they say, you know, you can use these alone, or you can use them in conjunction by using the volumizing side first with the curl and lengthening on top. This is a $27 mascara, which isn't terrible if you break it down and think about how you're getting 2 mascaras, maybe even 3 if you were to use them in conjunction. So it's technically like way less than $27 if you were to break it down and think about that. But the thing with this for me is, I mean, I have mascaras that I like, and if I even was interested to try it, after looking at the promo shots that Huda Beauty released of these products on like lashes, I do not think they look good. There's like a couple versions where they have like a promo shot that looks, you know, decent, looks good for a mascara, but then there's like one that I'm like, that's a promo shot? Like that's something you put out there? It kind of just swayed me away from the product. So Fenty Beauty is coming out with another lip product range. They're coming out with the Slip Shine Sheer Shiny lipsticks that are $22 a piece, and there's 10 total shades. Now with Fenty Beauty in the past, they've come out with like kind of matte centered lip products. They had the Stunna lip paints, they had the Matte Marcel lipsticks, and with those, I obviously wasn't very intrigued by the formula, but I wasn't intrigued by the color that they came out with either. Like there wasn't really a ton of like my type of shades that I consider to be like the rosy neutral shades that like I love to wear. But this launch, out of the 10 shades that they're coming out with, there's like 3 that intrigue me. And, you know, on top of that, the formula is something that I really like. It's moisturizing, it's sheer. So this is something I'm really intrigued to try, and it's definitely on my wish list and something I could see myself picking up. It's already available if you want to check it out on Fenty's website and Sephora's website. So liquid lip balms are becoming quite a popular trend right now because Huda Beauty is also coming out with one. It's called the Silky Hydra Plumping Balm. It's $21. It's another liquid lip balm. And it's supposed to, the kind of like main pull factor of this one is that it's supposed to plump, but it doesn't have like the ingredients that are going to be very painful. You know how a lot of like plumping lip products have like a tingling factor, and this is supposed to have absolutely none. I'm not sure if that's really true, but it says it doesn't. And it's also supposed to be hydrating. Now the only like color that they only have like one tint, and it's not like a clear product, it's a tint, it's a subtle pink tint. And I always worry about the subtle pink, because when you think subtle pink, it's fine, but when I think about previous like lip plumpers or, you know, pink tinted products that I've used before, they oftentimes make me look a little cuckoo. So I'm a little bit hesitant about trying this solely for the color of the product. And also, Huda Beauty products can be pretty scented. They've kind of just gone on this like crazy scent train, so that's another thing that I'm kind of like a little bit hesitant with them. But this is another product that definitely is calling my name, but not nearly as much as the previous two lip products that I mentioned. So the Maybelline The Lifter Lip Gloss is the next product I want to talk about, and this is a $7 product. It has hyaluronic acid in it, so it's supposed to smooth the lips, enhance the natural lip contour, and in turn making your lips look fuller, which is a unique theory that I haven't heard a lot of brands. I mean, maybe they've used it and just kind of not like really talked about it in their marketing, but this is something that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure if it really works, but it sounds like it would. Now, there's 10 different shades, and honestly, they're quite wearable in my opinion. You know, wearable is subjective, but they look like very nice shades that I would get a lot of use out of, so I am very interested in this product too. It's not like the other ones because it's not a lip balm, but it's like a lip gloss with nourishing ingredients, so it kind of reminds me of that. Alright guys, that wraps it up for today. If you're new here and you haven't already subscribed, I would love if you would do so before you go. And if you'd like to be notified whenever I upload a video in the future, you can click the bell icon next to the subscribe button. But thank you guys so much for watching my video and supporting my channel and all the ways that you do. It really means so much to me, and I'm so thankful for it and just am so appreciative of each and every one of you. If you like this video and want to see more of these new makeup release videos in the future, I would love if you would give it a thumbs up. And like I mentioned earlier, if you want to check out that playlist, it will be linked down below. With that being said, I hope you guys have a great couple of days until my next video goes live, and I will see you when it does. Bye guys!